Okay, so this is going to be a cold email video on how to book 100 plus calls every single month using AI driven cold email. Now, I've used this system for the past, I don't know, 24 months or so, just booking a load of fucking calls for two of my businesses. So basically, for a bit of context, scaled an agency to 70 or 80K a month back in November of 2025, so a few months ago. And then I basically started a new agency in January of 2026, about 5 or 6 months ago, and scaled it up to 40K a month by just using this cold email system. No other acquisition method other than, a couple of inbounds and referrals. But other than that, really just a cold email system. All right. So I'm going to explain exactly how to do it. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build an offer for cold email, get the infrastructure to actually run it, know what scripts to write and what lead lists to get and verify, all that good stuff. You can launch it then and book a fuck ton of calls using cold email. So let's get into it. In the last 30 days, just for a bit of context, I've booked 165 sales calls in the last year, or sorry, in the last 30 days. So obviously that gives you a lot of context. Let's even go to 60 days was 360. Let's say past 90 days, 500. So 500 sales calls in 90 days. Now, obviously that's what got us to this revenue mark in such a short time frame. But let's sort of see how it works. So this is some context. Obviously, I use Email Bison to send my cold emails. We have an agency, so we have a fuck ton of clients. That's why we use Email Bison. People ask me, why do you use Email Bison? Not instantly. There's not really a difference, but what I like about it is that it's just very scalable if you have like 40 plus clients. But chances are you don't need to use Email Bison because it's pretty expensive for what you're doing. But basically, even if we go to last 60 days, so last 60 days metrics, 400,000 cold emails sent and 562 positive responses. Now, you always want to book in around 30% of every positive response. So that's just some context. Sending out roughly about 23,000 cold emails a day. Now, it's not, I don't keep this super consistent. And the reason is because we only have one closer and he can only handle a certain amount of calls. So I don't run this every single day of the week just because it would completely fuck my closer up. He'd be taking calls 24 hours a day. So I don't do that. We're getting another closer very soon, so it's going to be a lot more scalable. But this is really the system. Okay, this is how it works. Now, first of all, what you need is a good offer. Now, cold email will only work if you have a good offer. The offer is everything, absolutely everything. Okay, so because the offer is absolutely everything, what we need is to write a good script and all that sort of stuff. So basically, I'm going to give away my script and sort of what I use. Okay. Now you can take a little bit of it, a little bit of that. Do not copy it word for word because it will not work. And I promise you, it will not work. I send more cold emails than you. I'm going to win every single day of the week if you use the exact same script. So do not use the exact same script. Now, the offer is everything. And what I mean by that is for example, we just helped a marketing company in New York book 16 qualified calls with B2B prospects in 1 month. They only paid for every qualified call they took. Now, that is a good offer because it is a pay on performance offer. And if you're targeting the right people, they're going to look at that and say, okay, pay on performance offer, I can get 16 calls a month. Great. Sounds fucking amazing. Okay. Now they reply and say, hey, send me more info, whatever. We book them in and obviously try to close the deal. That is a good offer. Now, if you're someone who runs paid ads for ecom brands, for example, you could say something like, if we don't increase your ROAS by 2x, we'll work for free until we do. Or else you could say something like, we'll give you 5 free ad creatives for you to test out in your own ads. And if they work, great, we can work together. I actually currently run that for an ecom ads guy. And it works fucking amazing. Works great as well. If you're running email marketing for ecom brands, you could say something like, hey, we can design you for email. If it works, great, we can work together. If not, it's no stress. Okay, just get a designer or else Claude to write the email up. You should have like an automated system for that. But regardless, those are really good offers. Okay, along with mine. I could also give away something like, hey, I'll give you a free lead list of 10,000 leads. Something like that, get them on the call, give them the lead, show them how to use it, and that's a really good lead. Okay, or you can just sort of pitch them directly and say, hey, do you want to just jump on a sales call, quote unquote. Okay, so that is a really good script. Okay, second of all, or the second thing I wanted to say was basically about infrastructure. So obviously you need good infrastructure. Actually, before we get into that, if you do want a cold email system set up where you send out anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 emails a day, honestly, could book you a lot more calls at about 20 calls a month. But let's say we could book you 15 to 20 calls every single month. If the offer is good enough, it will book a lot more, but 15 to 20 qualified calls every single month on a performance basis. I'll leave my Calendly link in the bio below or in the description. Book a call, see what's up. And yeah, maybe we can work together. But other than that, I'll get into explaining the infrastructure. So infrastructure is a very key part of it. The infrastructure that we use is a tool called Frostmailer. So let me just show you guys frostmailer.com. These guys are super good. We personally use the Outlook Azure inboxes. So the Azure inboxes, book a call with them, get a good price, tell them James sent you, and you will get a good price from it. We get them for super cheap, hence why we can send out so many emails out every single day, like 25,000. And we send out about 1 million emails a day as well, for 1 million emails a week or something like that for all of our clients combined. So we send out a lot of emails, tell them you came from James, and they'll give you a good deal. But yeah, I'd recommend the Outlook Azure inboxes for that. Second of all is leads. So James, where do I get my leads from? Any leads I've tried in the past, like Apollo, store leads, it just doesn't work, James. You know, what do I do? Because you're doing it wrong. Okay, what you need to do, or what the best way to do it is, if you target anything except for ecom brands. So actually, let's do ecom brands first. If you target ecom brands, this is exactly what you want to do. You want to go to store leads. Let me just show you what to do. Storeleads.com. This is the software, and it has 13 million active stores on it. So it just has all of their domains. Okay, you go to store leads, you scrape whatever you want to scrape. Let's say it's brands making 50 to 100K a month using Shopify. You scrape a list of them. And then what you'll do, or what you'll have then, is a list of domains. So brand domains. Obviously, you can't send an email to a domain. You need an actual email address. So then you go to Clay and you enrich that domain using Clay. So you find that email address using Clay. So that's how I do it. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but those are really, really good leads. If you're targeting anything else except for ecom brands, you should be doing the exact same thing, but only with Google Maps. So go to Outscraper. I will pull it up now, outscraper.com. And this is a very similar thing, but it's basically for any other company. So if you're targeting software companies, home service companies, plumbers, roofers, marketing agencies, accountants, financial firms, whatever that is, use Outscraper because it'll basically pull them from Google Maps. Not many people are actually reaching out to these leads, funny enough. So you pull the domains from Google Maps of your desired target market, and you enrich them using Clay. Enriching them using Clay will get you the email address and all that sort of good stuff. So once you have those leads, obviously verify them, do all that good stuff, and pop them into the campaign. Then you're really ready to click launch. After that, you have a script that sounds pretty good. A good offer is going to carry the script. Then all you do is launch, add in your email accounts, and that's really it. That's really it, my friends. It is very, very simple to book a lot of calls. A lot of people overcomplicate it. So as I said before as well, if you do want the system implemented into your business, done for you, book a call with the link in the bio. I'll also drop my Instagram there as well. If you have any questions on how to do this, if you want to actually set this up yourself, shoot me a message on Instagram and we can go from there. But it's been a pleasure. I will make more videos soon. Love you guys.